Hi, my name is Daria and I'm a personal branding coach. I work with service providers, business owners, and content creators to get more sales on Instagram through their personal brand to increase the quality of their life. And I myself get all of my clients, all of my students through my social media. Instagram is like a landing page for myself where I get all of the inquiries, where I get any book, any discovery calls, anything like that. Everything for me is happening through my Instagram. And it is a primary money making platform for myself. However, it took me 6 years. 6 freaking years it took me to take my Instagram seriously. And I wanted to share this journey with you just so maybe there is something that will resonate with you. Maybe there will be something that you will recognize yourself throughout this journey as well, because it was definitely rooted in fears that I had for myself, for my growth, and for how I wanted to show up in the world in general. So in 2016, that was the very first moment where I was like, I think Instagram journey is probably for me, and I'm really curious and I want to know more. And I was really, really into cooking. I love creating new recipes. I love trying new recipes. And so I started a blog, like an actual blog website on WordPress. It was my very first experience with WordPress, and it was weird to say the least. And I was taking photos, I was sharing all of the stuff that I tried and I loved on the blog. I absolutely love it. And then I promoted my blog on my Instagram. And at that point, I probably had around 600, 700 followers, but like, doesn't matter. So I was very, very excited, absolutely loved the process, and I had like so much fun with it. I started gaining some traction on my page, and I remember the day when I took it down, like completely, I shut it off. I had 1,000 visitors total in the entire month, and I didn't think that was a big number. Like, considering that I only had like 600 followers on Instagram, for me, I was like, well, it's very easy to get 1,000 website visits a month because that's so stupid. And the reason I took it down, because somebody from my hometown messaged me that my food looks weird and not appealing and so gross, and then they wouldn't eat it. So I felt weird and I felt gross, and I felt so out of place, and it was so weird for me to be judged by someone, and like for someone to be actively messaging me and being like, hey, what you do sucks, because I never had experience like that before. So I stopped. And I know for myself that I was really, really, really driven by this feeling of wanting to be liked by everybody. And I wanted to be perceived as good. I wanted to be a good person. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want anyone sharing the negative feedback with me. I just really want to be everybody to be very happy with my content, and for them not to provide any weird feedback. And that's of course not the case right now. And I wish I could have told my younger self that that was absolute unrealistic expectations that I set out for myself, but oh well, you live and you learn. So in 2016, after sharing probably like 50 or 70 recipes, posting a bunch of photos, I took down my blog, and then I took a few months break and I didn't do anything. Then in 2017, I started working as a social media coordinator at a bridal boutique, and I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved every single day where I would show up for work. I loved every single project that we worked there. It was like absolutely my dream job back then. And I had the most fun at that job, for sure. I was posting organic posts. We didn't have reels back then because, hey, it's 2017. I think we just enrolled I think we just had stories rolled in, so I was posting on stories about any new arrivals. I was helping set up like collaborative photo shoots with like different creatives in the city. I worked and invited a couple of like influencers, or like whoever we had back then in our very small community, to come and take a couple of photos in the boutique. Absolutely love the experience. And I think the account grew by like, I don't know, like let's say like 800 organic followers. Mind you, it was from a very small town. We didn't do any paid ads, and it was like all coming from just organic just organic social media marketing. And I really wanted to share my journey and how I started posting, how I started working there. And I was so excited, but of course I didn't do it. And the reason why I didn't do it, because this feeling of doubt and of course imposter syndrome came in, where I thought to myself, well, I only grew by 800 followers. It wasn't 800,000. I don't have a professional camera. I don't record like all of the stunning videos or stunning photos. It's like very small town vibey. And why, like, who would care? Why would I post this? Why would I share this experience? Why would I share this journey? Because to me, the impact that I created was so small and so insignificant. I completely devalued it, and I completely said, like, you know what? Nobody's going to be interested, so what's even the point of trying? And so, of course, I didn't start. I didn't post much. I didn't post basically anything. It was like just a couple of photos here and there, but I didn't pursue this feeling of, yes, this is something that I actually want to create, and this is something that I actually want to talk about. So I didn't do it. Then in 2018, my husband, that boyfriend, we moved to Vancouver, and I started, I went to BCIT to study new media design and web development program. So it's like pretty much what you expect. I was studying graphic design, project management, web development, all of the beautiful stuff. And then on the side, I was doing and taking a lot of like online courses about digital marketing, social media marketing, because I really want to get more understanding into the field. And just because of the environment I was in, I started to getting quite a lot of like referrals for marketing, for any, like, I did a website for a couple of makeup artists as well, which is very funny to think about it now from a 2024 perspective. And I really wanted to get more client in 2018 and 2019 as well. And I wanted to share about what I'm studying in the program, what kind of clients I work with, what kind of problems am I solving them with them, and just about my entire experience. But then again, of course, I felt so freaking weird and so icky about myself and so awkward, because I had pretty small clients. It was like either service providers or just like a very small brands. They didn't have any big budget. They didn't have anything like that. So I just felt so weird and so awkward about the projects that I want to share, because to me, it seems like everybody had their shit figured out, and everybody knew exactly what they were doing, and everybody understood exactly how everything works. And I was just here in the weeds trying to figure it out. So who on earth would follow me and would reach out to me to get help with their social media or digital marketing or their website, because I don't know myself what am I even doing here? So I didn't post anything, and then I stopped again. And in 2022, closer around summer, I was really into style, really into fashion. It's like welcome coming out of pandemic and a bunch of online shoppings that I've done, of course. And I really wanted to share any cute styles. I really wanted to share, and like obviously TikTok was very big, and it was very easy to go viral on TikTok at that point. So I wanted to share a couple of videos. I wanted to share how I style like different clothes. So I recorded probably like 3 videos of myself like styling different outfits and everything like that. I posted them, but I felt so weird about it, because they definitely didn't look as good as I expected them to look, and I compared my outfits with everybody else on everybody else's on Instagram, and for me it looked like they had such an incredible style, and everything looked so absolutely beautiful and stunning, and it was like so engaging and so interesting to see, and my outfits suck. And I felt embarrassed by the apartment I was living. I thought that it wasn't as aesthetic and it wasn't as stylish as everybody else's. And again, imposter syndrome came in. Who would follow me for the outfits that I'm posting? My outfits are so basic, didn't change much. And what is the point of even trying? Because everything is just looks so weird and so awkward. And what is the point of it? Do you see this recurring theme here? I definitely do. ridiculous. Uh, in my nature, just like overall, I'm definitely an overthinker. I'm definitely going in my brain with catastrophizing everything that can happen. Worst case scenarios, definitely the first thing that's coming up is my brain whenever I'm doing something new. And um, imposter syndrome being a very much a natural state of my brain, especially before, not so much right now, where at one point you realize that all of those fears and all of those thoughts in your brain, they are the reason why you're not pursuing so many things and you're not trying so many things, simply because the only thing that stops you is your freaking brain. And this is exactly why it took me 6 years to start posting on Instagram and taking things as I would actually want them. Because can you imagine what my life would look like right now and where I would be if in 2016 or even 2017, if I would push through this cringiness, push through this weirdness, push through the imposter syndrome and actually continue creating and continue posting. I know, absolutely crazy. And then in 2021, this was a year where I more or less took Instagram consistently, and I would post like 1 to 2 reels every month, mind you, every month. And but it was like about everything. It was like one day I would post a reel about where to go for a brunch in Vancouver, and then the next day I would post my outfit, and then the next day I would post my cat, and it was like just all over the place. There weren't any consistent strategy or any kind of understanding what I was doing. It was just like all over the place all the time. And so I would get very frustrated if, for example, one of my reels would perform well, but it wouldn't bring me any followers. And a tip here for everybody who's watching this video and whose video also performed well, but it didn't bring you any followers. The videos that perform well, it's either perform well because it was outside of your niche, something that's completely out of your box than what you typically post, or it was a purely entertainment video that doesn't really resonate with what you're doing with your social media overall, or your profile is not optimized. And that's a very, very big thing. If your profile is not optimized, your reels and your overall content can perform well. But if your profile, if your bio, if your all other content that you're posting on your social is all over the place and your potential follower is confused, they're not going to follow you, because confused people do not follow, confused people do not buy. And if you're interested how to optimize your profile, go to my Instagram and DM me checklist, and I will send you a step-by-step strategy to have for a profitable Instagram. And that includes a bio optimization as well. And I share all of the details and strategy in there as well. And so after 2021, after I was like posting a weird and random reel here and there, 2022 was a year where I said, you know what? Whatever, I'm just gonna be posting reels, I'm just gonna stay consistent, I'm just gonna do it. And I genuinely, at the very beginning of my journey, so it was in April, so exactly 2 years ago, I had so many weird feelings about it, and I would look at my reel and I would realize that it sucks and it was so cringy, and I hated myself a little bit every single time I would hit post. But I did hit post every single time, even though it was completely not something that I envisioned in my brain before, because hey, perfectionist brain, but I still push through that 100%. And what I was doing with my social media in 2022, where I wanted to share more about influencer marketing. I wanted to share how small brands can work with influencers, what kind of strategies that they need to provide. And that's obviously not what I'm doing right now. I transition a lot from that space. I don't work as much with influencers right now, and I don't take as many clients as I used to at that point, but I really wanted to share. And that just being said, remember, what you can be posting on your social media right now is not necessarily what you will continue posting 1 year from now, 2 years from now, and maybe even not 6 months from now. So if you want to try, just try. And that's absolutely and completely normal, that you feel weird, that you feel awkward. At the very beginning, I had some of my friends tease me that, ooh, Daria is an influencer right now. Daria just posted a reel. It's like, and then I would own it. I was like, yeah, I am. I just posted a reel. Very proud of myself. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I had some friends that completely supported me, but they would always offer me to record the video of myself whenever we would go and grab coffee. It was like so nice. And I'm super, super grateful to them. But you just need to stick to it, and you just need to stay in your lane, no matter how weird the journey is going to be, because the journey is going to be weird, it's going to be awkward, and that's completely fine. I had lots of people unfollow me, from the people that I thought I knew and who I thought would have my back, but they didn't. And I definitely had them unfollow me. And it's just, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. I had people message me and being like, oh my God, who do you think you are? Why are you even posting right now? What is the point of all the content that you create? And that like hurt me so deeply, but I still kept pushing through this because none of that matters. Other people's opinion about yourself absolutely doesn't matter. Any comment that they have about you, about your goals, about your dreams, absolutely doesn't matter, because they have different goals, they have different understanding of their past, and then they have a different understanding of how they want to achieve the goals, and whatever the goals there might be. You have a different understanding, and what you are trying to build and you are trying to achieve there doesn't depend on those people's opinion. So what is the point? And can you imagine, just like, I want you to stop and think for a second, can you imagine if the only reason why you're not going to pursue your dreams is because of other people's opinion? Like, no, they're not going to do that. We're absolutely not going to do that. So if you feel like your content is so cringy right now, I want you to push through that. If you feel like your reel is not as nice, and I want you to push through that, because this reel is going to suck, that's fine, the next one is going to be better. I just need you to push through this feeling of transition, of you building your personal brand from zero to whatever level you want to be. Because building your personal brand from zero, the hardest part is the start. Nothing sucks as much as the start, and that's okay. I really, really need you to push through this first couple of weeks, months of that being so awkward. And the biggest advice that I can give you right now is find someone who's going through very similar experience as you are, and have them as kind of like an accountability buddy, where, for example, every single Friday 4 p.m. you would jump on a call and you would like, hey, I just like posted 2 reels this week, and this is the reels that I'm planning to post. And make sure that you just have someone that supports you, because this journey can be very, very lonely, but it doesn't get as lonely if you have someone supporting you and cheering you on. So reach out to your network, reach out to your friends, anyone that you have, just so you don't have to go through this experience by yourself. And you will figure out. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. Everything is normal. You're not alone. I just need you to push through this very awkward period. I'm sending you guys a huge, huge hug. You absolutely got it. And if this video was useful to you, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe it. I would really appreciate it.